Your ex-husband, who's my husband now, got promoted even more. I heard the rumor. He became a professor at a university hospital 2 years ago, right? I thought you'd be more surprised. Whatever. It's been a while, but you're this blunt. Aren't you still upset about what happened 5 years ago? I'm busy. Are you done? What do you mean you're busy? You're so incompetent that you quit a simple job just to hand out medicine. You need a national license to become a pharmacist. It's not an easy job. I can handle that kind of thing. I mean, whose fault is it that I quit my job? When I told Toby that you were having an affair, he believed me and shared about it in the hospital, didn't he? I heard he did it to get sympathy from everyone. Because of that, people started giving me a cold look and I had to quit. I'm sorry to hear that. I never cheated on him in the first place. Why did you lie to him? It's true that you were with a guy, isn't it? I have photos to prove it. The photos you showed him are from when I was a student, right? I was walking around the town and I happened to see you walking with an old guy. So I heard to take a picture of you two. The guy I was with was a customer from my club. I was just accompanying him to dinner. You were a stripper, weren't you? Yeah, to earn money for the college tuition. Dad said he wouldn't pay a penny, so I worked hard. You weren't succeeding in your job, were you? I've been a stripper once, but I've never seen a person as ugly as you there. I don't care about that. You've made up a fake story and never apologized. How dare you? Then why don't you just explain to Toby that it was a fake story? I didn't tell him that I used to work at a stripper club. So he said he couldn't believe the information I gave him after what he has heard. He won't listen to me. Wow, he doesn't trust you at all. But fortunately, he didn't ask you to take any responsibility regarding this divorce, even though you cheated. Such a nice guy. He did tell me that he won't share the property. Oh, so he took everything? You're really miserable. Neither Toby nor my coworkers believe me. Even Dad took your side. Under those circumstances, I didn't have any energy left to argue about the money. Ugly people are so sad that they can't be trusted. On the other hand, I'm beautiful, so I was able to marry Toby and live happily ever after. There's nothing more than having a good face. Can I go now? Talking to you makes me remember the past, and I feel depressed. Wait a minute. I didn't text you to talk about the past like this. I actually had something important to tell you. What is it? Did you hear that Dad got sick? 5 years ago. You remember what happened. Since then, we haven't been in touch, so I haven't heard anything. He has some kind of brain disease. He will need nursing care. Oh, that's why I'm asking you to take care of him. What? I have a lot of duties as a doctor's wife. I can't take care of him. You're a housewife. You don't have a job. First of all, Dad loved you too much. Why don't you return the favor? That's what Mom is telling me too, and I'm in trouble. She's asking me to take care of him since he treated me so well. She's demanding things that don't make sense. What's the problem? If you don't want to do it yourself, why don't you talk to Toby about it and think of hiring a caregiver or something? It's a waste of money spending on parents. Wow, you're a heartless person. So are you. When we were young, I was compared to you every day. Mom and Dad even told me that they didn't want to spend money on an ugly girl. I don't want to take care of a person like that. What? You were loved by them, and they paid for all of your tuition. They even paid your living expenses until you married Toby. They have done a lot. That's something they did on their own, right? And now you guys are asking me to return the favor? Don't you think that's a bit arrogant? Don't force me to do it. I'm busy at work. I don't have time to take care of Dad anyways. You're working? You thought I've been unemployed for 5 years without finding a new job? Since you're incompetent, I thought you were homeless. Or something. No, of course not. But it doesn't sound like it's a big job. You didn't go to a college and ended up getting a job. which was to do a simple task like handing out pills. I've told you many times, it's not easy. It's a job, you need knowledge. Don't show off yourself. Alright, I'll leave you to take care of Dad. I'm counting on you. I told you I can't. I'm Katie. I'm 34 years old and I got divorced once. My sister, Stephanie, who is 4 years older than me, received extravagant love from our parents. So, she grew up to be selfish. She has always been a jerk and looked down on me. I hated my family and wanted to be independent as soon as possible. I spent my school days studying hard and became a qualified pharmacist. And then, I got a job at a university hospital. There, I met and married my ex-husband, Toby, who is a doctor. But I made a mistake of introducing him to my parents and sister. My sister must have liked him. She wanted him to leave me. So she tricked him with a fake story, and as a result, we divorced. She married Toby without any shame, and I was thrown into the depths of unhappiness. Now that 5 years have passed, I have calmed down. My work was going well, and I had almost forgotten about my family. So I was surprised to receive a message from my sister. Although I was a little worried about my dad, I still could not forgive my family. So I refused to take care of him. But my sister would not listen to me and tried to threaten my peace in an unbelievable way. I can't believe you work for a popular cosmetics company. Well, I'm sure it's not a big job anyway. What? How did you know? I asked you to take care of Dad, but I heard you haven't been home. I said no. I had no choice but to have a private investigation find out where you work. Why would you do that? I'm getting so tired of hearing from Mom. If you don't go home soon, I'll be in real trouble. Then do something about it. She's asking you to do it, right? No, I can't. I won't take care of him even if you say so. I'll spread bad rumors and make you unemployed like I did before. Excuse me? Let's say the reason you got divorced is because you cheated on him. I'm sure if people at your current workplace find out, you'll have a hard time staying there. That's why you identified my workplace. If you don't want to lose your job again, you'd better listen to me. You know me well. See ya. I just got home. You finally gave up, huh? Well, take good care of him. I'm not taking care of him. What? I just came home today to talk to Mom. You've got to be kidding me. If you don't take care of him, I'll tell about the affair to your people at work. I told them about your threats, so they won't have a problem. You know I have pictures, right? I don't think they'll believe you when I tell them. Those pictures are from the days you were a stripper. They already know I used to be a stripper. You bitch! Don't think you're smart just because you got a head start. I'll make sure you'll be the one to take care of him. I'm moving overseas, so I can't take care of him anyways. Huh? I'm going to work overseas. You're lying, right? It's true. To be honest, I live a better life than you. Don't show yourself off. Toby made over $100,000 this year. There's no way you have a better life than me. That's less than my monthly income. What do you mean? I'm the president of the cosmetics company. By the way, my annual turnover is over $15 million. What? If you checked with the private investigation, couldn't you find out about that as well? It costs a lot of money to do a very detailed investigation, so I could only do a quick check. So you didn't know I was the president. But how did you get to be the president of a popular cosmetics company? I used my knowledge of pharmacology to develop skin-friendly cosmetics, and it went viral. How could it be? There are products that can be used by people with allergies. The medical industry is paying attention to it, and there are even people overseas who use it. But how did you start your own business? You were kicked out after the divorce with no money. He didn't share the property, but I still had my savings. Plus, I had a friend who was willing to invest in the company. So the whole thing went smoothly. You knew someone like that? He's the guy in the picture that you have. This old man? He liked me since I was a stripper. He runs a medical equipment company. And he agreed with what I wanted to do and even invested in me. How can you be friends with someone like that? I was the most popular girl at the club in New York, you know? No way! You're ugly! People tend to think that in a club, the most beautiful person will become the best. But if you have good performance, you don't have to be very pretty to be the best. I don't understand. You don't have a bad face, but your skill is poor. And you've always been an unpopular stripper, right? How did you know that? I heard rumors about when you were a stripper. You never remembered your customers' faces and only talked about yourself. You never got chosen by anyone. That's... As a result, you were almost getting in your 30s and didn't even make it as a stripper. So, you took Toby away from me and got married, hoping to get rich. This was your plan, correct? Dad's retirement was coming up, so I thought I had to get married soon. Toby was a doctor and had a good income. Oh boy, and when you were a stripper, you bought expensive clothes and jewelry, even though you couldn't afford them, so you've borrowed money, right? You even know about the debt? Mom told me. It seems like you borrowed $10,000 under Dad's name. Well, yes, but it's been almost 5 years since I borrowed the money, and you should have cleared the balance at this point. He hasn't paid a penny. Why not? Don't you remember asking him to pay for now, because once you marry a rich guy, you'll pay him back fully? I do remember that, so that's why he should have paid on my behalf, right? But you got married to Toby right after you borrowed the money. So Dad thought you became rich already, and you were going to pay back the debt. So that's why he didn't pay at all. I never heard about that. I mean, don't they usually send you reminders if you're behind on payments? I heard they did, but Mom and Dad said that you were the guarantor, so they thought the same letter should have been sent to you as well. That's why they ignored it. What? Moreover, I checked the mail at our house today, and found a complaint from the court. Does that mean I'm going to court? You've been ignoring this debt for so long. Of course you're going to court. Give me a break! You and Dad are so stupid. I'm ashamed to be related to you by blood. It's a little hard to pay $10,000 out of nowhere. Including delayed interest, it's almost double the amount. That much? That's how much you'd have to pay if you left it for almost 5 years. You deserve it. You should help me. You're my family. Even for family, the law says I can refuse to cover your debts, which means I won't help you. Then I'll refuse too. The debt is under Dad's name. You're the guarantor, aren't you? If that's the case, you're legally obligated to take over the debt. Okay, fine. I'll talk to Toby. He makes $100,000 a year, so I can manage. I don't know if you can count on that income from now on. Huh? What do you mean? I just overheard something. Toby seems to be sued for medical issues. No way! Is he going to jail? I don't think he will go that far, but the patient seems to have after effect. He might be fined and suspended from medical practice. Does that mean he can't be a doctor anymore? I guess so. Why now? Damn! He wasn't very skilled as a doctor. Why did you marry such a man? He was very good with people. Everyone around him liked him. That's why I married him. I never imagined we'd part ways like this, though. I thought he was nice and good at talking, too, but... Well, because of his good character, when you spread the fake story, everyone was on his side, and that hurt me a lot. But he hasn't made any mistakes until now, right? It's been 2 years since he got promoted. How can he make a medical mistake now? There's definitely some kind of mistake. Everyone liked him, so until now, he had some supports from them, which didn't make cases a big deal. Then why didn't they help him this time? When you become a professor, you won't have much support from others. When I heard about his promotion, I thought he might make a mistake soon, but I didn't expect it to be this big. Isn't it also important for a doctor to have good technique when they get promoted? Technique is important, but it also depends on relationships and luck, to be honest. He just happened to get promoted by luck, I guess. Oh, God. But I'm glad we got divorced before anything serious happened. I guess I have you to thank for that. Once again, thank you. I'm sorry for everything, I'm sorry. So please help me. You're changing your attitude now? I don't have anyone I can rely on. My in-laws hate me too. Why do they hate you? They seem to like you. They couldn't forgive me for making you divorce and remarrying him without your permission. I thought I didn't have anyone on my side at that time, but Toby's father and mother trusted me. I feel a little better now. If I don't do anything, I won't be able to pay the rent for the house. I'll have to move out. I'll do whatever you say, so just help me. Then why don't you live with our parents? We own the house, so you won't have to pay the rent, right? Then I'd have to take care of Dad. You're a housewife. You do have the time, right? You can try. Please, at least give me some money. I can't help you. Well then, I'm busy. Now if you excuse me, goodbye. Hobby was later ordered to stop his medical practice and fined due to the medical accident. In addition, he had to repay Stephanie's debt, and his savings were almost gone. They were forced to live with our parents due to difficulties in making a living. Mom had been a housewife like my sister for many years, so she was selfish, and she said she did not want to take care of Dad either. Hobby managed to find a job and started working, but his income was less than half of what it had been before. Plus, my sister started working a part-time job, but due to her bad character, she kept getting into trouble and had to move from job to job, which means her income was not stable. She was also busy taking care of Dad. As for me, I am happy with my job overseas. It was a long road, but my sister, parents, and ex-husband have been punished, so I feel much better now.